hike in the woods here, and today is finally the day. I just left home about 10 minutes ago. This is the first leg of the first day of my 300-kilometer skatepacking trip. I'm excited. Are you guys excited? So first leg of the day is 48 kilometers. That's pushing the total range of my board. Probably got 2 hours, maybe 3 hours until I get to my first charging stop, which is the Blackstock recreation complex. I'm gonna take it slow but steady. I'm not too worried about getting there, but I do have 120 kilometers to cover today, so it should be fun. So if you're wondering how I control the board, most people who've never seen an electric skateboard before assume that I control it with my feet somehow. There's actually a wireless remote that I use, and that communicates directly with the speed controller on the board. And that forward accelerates, backward brakes. Yes, these do have brakes. So in addition to keeping the board's batteries charged, I also have to monitor the battery on this thing. Okay, first pickle of the day. It's telling me that I need to get on a trail here, but I can't access the trail. There's a road over there that might connect to it. Yeah. I don't know. Sketchy times, bro. Sketchy times. What do I do? Do I backtrack and try and get my way onto the trail? What do I do here? Wading through construction areas just to find this stupid trail. I don't even know if I'm going the right way. Okay, so I think I'm back on the trail it was telling me to take. I think that gravel trail there is what I gotta use. Alright, so, okay, I need to... Where am I? I'm trying to track where I am and according to the map. It's not making a lick of sense. Okay, so if I head north, I should be able to connect. This is where having my compass comes in handy, because now I can actually check. Okay, so if I head in that general direction, I should connect back up with it. I guess I'll find out if I'm on the right track or not. Okay, so I think maybe this is the trail that I'm looking at on Google Maps. It's just not lining up with the GPS properly. This looks freshly paved. So I'm going to guess that they relocated the trail and then I need to go that way. It's a gamble. I'll travel down it for a bit and we'll see if it lines up. It might not look it, but my board can do slightly off-road. Slightly. There's an entrance to some roads here. Nowhere close to where I need to go, but maybe Google Maps will reroute me. So I think they've done too many changes to this route for it to be accurate to what Google Maps is telling me. And I don't mind being lost. I just want to stay conscious of time because I have 120 kilometers to cover today. And I'm through maybe 15 of it right now. So time is of the essence. I'll tell you one thing though. This freshly paved road is butter on the wheels, man. That's easy on the feet, I'll tell you that.
200 meters, turn left onto Picklefield Avenue.
I got absolutely fed up trying to figure out that stupid fucking trail. So now I'm just taking an alternate route, which will probably take me on more roads, but at least I'm not sitting there with my thumb up my ass trying to figure out where the fuck I'm going. So to explain what happened there, my path was taking me through a neighborhood that was under a lot of construction. I think it was all brand new houses. Like, I don't think that area existed much before like a year or two ago. Google Maps was telling me that there was a bike trail in and behind that area, but it did not line up with the GPS whatsoever. I got all turned around on that little gravel trail. In the name of time, I did not want to deal with that confusing little area, so I picked an alternate route, which is a little bit longer, So it's going to stretch out my distance a little bit. Probably going to take me over my board's range, plus I dirtled around in that area for a little bit, so I lost a bit of juice doing that too. I think I'm going to stop at the first like Tim Hortons or something I find and charge for half an hour just to get some juice back. Alright, so there's a plaza over there. You can see the Dollarama and whatnot. I'm going to check over there for some sort of outlet. Maybe there'll also be a place to use the bathroom, because I kind of got to go. Alright, so we're keeping an eye out for any exterior outlets that I can test. I got that little outlet tester dongle in my pocket. Alright, not seeing anything here. What about at this IDA? Nothing on that. Gas station should though. Jackpot. No dice. Alright, so I found myself a bathroom. I'm gonna do my business. Still on the hunt for an outlet though. Okay, while I was sitting on the crapper, I was calculating how much distance I got. I think even with all my jerking around, I should still be fine. Worst case scenario, I find somewhere else to stop. Okay, let's blow this pop stand. So, I guess I'm back on track. I didn't get to use that outlet, but I should be good. I mean, I've done about 18 kilometers. The battery's down to 1 bar, but it's still got a lot of pep in its step. So, I think I might still have a few kilometers before I gotta swap it out. We'll see. Well, I've done about 19.4 kilometers. That lines up with my expected range of 20 per battery. So, I guess I'll have to stop and swap that in a minute. According to Google Maps, I still got 31 kilometers to my first full charging stop. That should just barely be doable. So we've slowed to pretty much an outright crawl. I think it's time to swap that battery. Alright, are you ready for this super lengthy and long battery swap? Pop the case open. Disconnect it from the one battery, connect it to the other, and we're done. I just got to turn the board back on, but other than that, the battery swapped. That's why I like this setup and why top mounted boards are so important for long range trips like this. Alright, so I flip it over, push the button to turn it on, gotta turn my remote on, and we're good. And just like that, we're off again. Tell you, man, nothing feels as free as being on open road knowing you have everything on you to survive at least for a few days. So I'm noticing we're starting to get into a little bit more like rural areas now. I think we're definitely not in Kansas anymore, Toto. Yeah, as soon as you start heading north out of Durham region, you're like instantly into like rural farmland. Like, look at this. I don't know what that is. But there's like farmland to my right and to my left. It's amazing that I'm going through this rural area on some crazy electric skateboard. Definitely have to ration my board's juice. I don't know when I'll get back to some sort of civilization. So here's what I'm dealing with right now. Man, I can't believe I'm finally out here doing this trip, man. Like, I've been dreaming about a longer trip like this on the board since before last year, basically since I first thought up of the skate packing idea. One thing I really like about navigating with Google Maps is that I've noticed that when you pick a bike as the navigation option, like you know how on the top you've got like walking, a bike, a car, public transport, and so on. When you pick a bike, when it routes you, it really does try and pick you bike-friendly paths. So it will preference roads that have dedicated bike lanes like this. That's one thing I've strongly noticed. So if you have two roads, one of them's got a bike lane, and it'll even route you on a slightly longer path if that one is more bike friendly. It's been smooth sailing like this most of the way, with only very few road sections so far where I'd actually be concerned. If it's like a side road like that, I'm not going to care if I'm on the road because there's not enough traffic for that to be worrisome. Or like this, right? Like I'm on an open road right now, there's no dedicated bike lane, but there's like, where's the traffic? To be fair, Google Maps did not tell me to take that bike path, it told me to take the road. So now, just gotta do a short board carry over to the road. Now entering Oshawa, so I've officially crossed two city borders from Ajax to Whitby and now to Oshawa. Okay, now we're on the really rural roads.
North for 2 kilometers.
I'm riding directly on the road. There's no isolated shoulder, but because this is such a rural road with long sight lines, I'm not worried too much. Like if you see behind me there, this road is dead. So I'm about 2 hours in, and I'm about maybe 2/3 of the way to my first charging stop. When I'm in really rural areas like this, it's a bit worrisome because if something happens to the board and it croaks, I have to board carry for a while to get back somewhere where I can attempt to make repairs or whatever the situation may be. I'm hoping that doesn't happen. I have a high degree of confidence in my board. That's why I've been doing so many tests leading up to crazier and crazier trips. Going up long uphills like this certainly doesn't help the board's range either. Like this is all uphill. All uphill. Beautiful countryside though. It's really fun to be able to ride through it. The road's relatively clean of like debris and stuff, so I don't really have to focus too much on where I'm putting my wheels down. But just like that, see, those cars had to move over a bit and give me some space. So it's not completely isolated from traffic here, but there is traffic. Beautiful homes. I'm already happy. I'm already having fun. Got a little frustrated when I got turned around in that complex earlier, but I'm really trying to put a focus on the fact that that was only a temporary sticking point. On this poor cyclist. Okay, so I'm just at some random intersection. I think it's time to take a break because my feet are killing me and I want to avoid getting severe foot fatigue. And I'm just gonna sit up here, relax, maybe have a drink, maybe relax for like 5-10 minutes, nothing crazy. Alright. Okay. It feels good to just sit. That was cute. So that cyclist stopped and talked to me because she saw me sitting here relaxing, and I passed her, I don't know, like 2 kilometers back. So she was really intrigued as to what I was doing, both with the electric board and with the backpacking. So I filled her in on exactly what I was doing. Told her my YouTube channel. So if she manages to find this video and watches it, how's it going? Thanks for watching. Hope you subscribed. Yeah, so just taking a break, getting some water into me. This is more so just me relaxing. I might step off into the cornfield there and take a leak or something. So I'd be lying if I said I wasn't worried about having enough range to get to the first charging stop. I still got 19 kilometers to go, and my second of the 2 big batteries is starting to wax and wane between 2 bars, 1 bar, and even on the uphill it was telling me I had no bars left. Yeah, so that's worrying. That's part of the other reason I took a break. I find sometimes if I stop and relax a little bit, I'm not sure what physics are at play there, but I can squeak a little bit more range out of the battery on my board. So yeah, I'm trying to keep up a good pace, but not push myself too hard where it starts to become frustrating instead of fun and enjoyable. Alright, let's get this bag back on and hit the road. First, I think I'm gonna take a leak. Okay, hopefully Farmer John's not upset that I peed on his tree. Alright, we're in Raglan. You. So this hill is fairly steep, my battery's getting run down, so I'm not even bothering trying to drive up this hill. I'm just gonna carry the board up. Okay, I'm almost at the top of this damn hill. Let's make like a tree. Yeah, not riding that.
Regional Road 19 for 4 kilometers.
Had enough of being on that road, man. Super busy, high speed, not a lot of area on the side of the road to ride. This one at least looks a little bit quieter. Still not much room on the shoulder though. It's getting even narrower. Oh boy. At least it's a quiet road. I'm gonna try riding in the lane. Hopefully I don't get brutally killed. If I get struck by a car and killed on this road, honey, I love you. I leave everything to you. Alright, so I'm squeaking along. Board is starting to start to sputter right out. So I think I'm right at the end of this battery. Yeah, it's basically dead. Like I'm at full throttle here, crawling along at a snail's pace. Okay, maybe I'll tackle this downhill section because I'll get a bit of boost from gravity. And then once I hit the bottom of this hill, that's when I'll swap out the battery to the fresh one. Okay, time to swap this battery. Maybe have a little bit of a break. We got some shade here next to this big maple tree. I think it's maple. Under the shade of this tree. Okay. Alrighty. Alright. Let's get this battery out. Oh, they're getting a little warm in there. You in there. I'll stuff this sleeping bag back in there. Okay, now I'm gonna put this in here. Two down, one to go. Plus it's a bit of an older one, so it's likely got some degradation to it too. All right, closed, closed. All right, let's pop open Google Maps and see how much distance we got left here. Yes, we're exactly at 12 kilometers. So worst case scenario, I think I might have like a kilometer carry distance with the board. All right, a lot of ground to cover today. Let's hit the road. All right, in the effort of saving some time, I kicked up into the second gear and I'm just cruising on the open road right now. There's no cars behind me. I'm keeping track of what's coming, and I'll slow down and get to the side if something does come, but like look, I'm right in the middle of the road right now. I've come to a complete stop at this gravel, and there's a big hill there. To save my battery some hassle, I think I'm just gonna carry it up. Didn't think I forgot about you, did you? Hear the June bugs going nuts. She is a toasty one today, bud. I feel the heat now. Oh boy, do I feel the heat now. Came to a brief stop because there's some gravel on the shoulder that I couldn't ride over, so I gotta get back over onto the main road. But listen to how quiet it is here. No sounds of traffic, no hustle and bustle of the city. It's good for the soul, you know what I mean? I've got about 7 kilometers left to go until I get to Blackstock to charge up. Not sure if you can see that. This belt is starting to shear. Oh man, these are getting chewed up. Looks like I'm gonna have to figure out how to swap a belt pretty damn fast soon. Not to mention my battery is running low. It's not giving me any juice, and I still got like 3 kilometers to go. Oh, this is gonna be a rough day, man. Rough day. Well, I find myself in a bit of a pickle. I got about maybe 7 kilometers out of that battery, and I still got, let me check Google Maps. I still got 4.5 kilometers to go, and I have no juice in my battery. It did not last me nearly as long as I thought it would. And my belt is about to snap on my board. I'm not having a good time right now. But what I'm concerned about is managing to make it to my campsite in time. I'm not even at my first charging stop yet. Okay, just standing around dirtling isn't gonna help, I guess. Got a power bar into me and some water. Feeling much better. I'll let that battery ventilate. Hopefully that's enough to squeeze some range out of it. Honestly, any amount of distance that can get me closer to Blackstock, the better. Let me check Google Maps here, see how much distance I got left. I still got 3.7 kilometers, which isn't bad, That's not much distance at all, but in this heat with all this stuff, you feel it, and you really do. Pray for me, guys. Pray that this board is gonna squeak out another kilometer or two of range now that the battery's had a chance to cool down. Okay. Yeah, it's telling me that the battery's empty. Frig. Let's find out. Let's find out if Mike is going to get lucky. He's going to go flying off his board, is what he's going to do. I'm crawling. Honestly, I'll take that. If it doesn't get any slower than this, and I can crawl a bit of distance like this, it might be worth it. But no, I'm slowing right back down again. Frig. This is what I've resorted to because I'm too lazy to carry the damn thing. I got a little bit of juice out of it, but nothing crazy. All out of juice. Gotta hike all the way to Blackstock with a 40-pound backpack and a 25-pound board. That's 65 pounds of shit that he's got to carry with him because he's a glutton for punishment, making stupid life decisions. Alrighty, I'm just gonna kick my way up this road. We'll get there eventually, guys. Got a new technique for getting me and the board places. So it's got enough juice to run the board, just not carry me on it. So as long as I just kick the tail of the board to steer it, I don't actually have to do anything. There you go. If your board runs out and you don't want to carry it, just do what I'm doing. Okay, I think we're onto something here, guys. Oh, now, never mind. Board doesn't even want to pull that much juice. I'm full throttle right now. Come on, you can do it. Only got 2.8 kilometers to go. Okay, we're starting to see signs of civilization. I misstepped and almost sprained my ankle. Man, that was scary. Might be a little sore, but I think I managed to avoid any actual damage to it. That would have been a trip ender right there. Last time I sprained my ankle, I was frigged for like 2 weeks. Okay, I'm getting into Blackstock now. Kilometer left to go. All in all, not too bad. Definitely much easier kicking this stupid thing than carrying it. Okay, get a little assist from this hill here, and then we'll be basically right around the corner from where we need to be, and I will feel a hell of a lot better. That way I can get a full charge and get another 50k. Yeah, see? 800 meters, not even a full kilometer to go.
Turn left onto Church Street, then your destination will be on the left.
Well, there's Blackstock Pizza Town. That was where I was originally planning on stopping and charging first. But I think I'm going to go to the rec center just around the corner there. But I don't know if that rec center's open. Nice little park. If I cook some food on my gas stove and want to sit down and eat, there's a picnic table right there. Pretty dead out here. Hopefully this rec center's open. Well, that's no good. Closed to the public. Well, there's got to be an outlet here somewhere. This is the hall entrance. Yeah, no, it's closed. If I just find an outlet on the outside of the building, I'd be happy. Okay, so I wandered around the entire exterior of this rec center. There's no outlets anywhere on the outside. Just need to keep looking. I'm getting tired of hauling this board around, man. Okay, so no luck at that friggin' rec center. No luck at the convenience store. I found one in front of the pharmacy, but they don't want to let me use it. Man, finding an outlet to plug into is like pulling teeth. I'm gonna consult the Google Maps and see what it says for stuff that's nearby. But this is a blink and you miss it little town, so I'm not quite sure what my options are here. There's a public school, an embroidery shop, a takeout place, a church. I could try the church. Might be able to plug in there. Oh man, let's see how much distance I've done today already. I've done 51.23 kilometers today already. So here's my dilemma. I'm in Blackstock. Need to find a place to charge. When I do charge, it's going to take at least 3 hours. And it's basically 1 o'clock now. So minimum I'm getting out of here is 4 o'clock. 5, 6, 7. And then I have another charging stop before I even get to the campgrounds. This is rough, man. Really hoping I can find a place to charge at that church, man. Because if not, my hope for being able to charge and continue on with this trip is starting to diminish. But what to my wandering eyes should appear but looks like a set of outlets. Oh, please let there be power. Oh, please, please, please. Oh, I think we got power. Oh, thank the Lord. One. We've got power. I cannot tell you how excited I am for that fact. 1 o'clock on the nose. It is going to take us at minimum 3 hours for that to charge. Get my sit pad out and sit down and relax. I need to get these batteries out of the direct sun, and I also need to start looking into fixing that belt. 2 battery, cover all that up with my oh man, Blackstock United Church, thank you. You just saved me a crap ton of trouble. Except for the guys doing the grass. I've barely seen anyone out on the sidewalks or the roads, so I can sit here and talk to myself like a weirdo and not have to worry too much. But I gotta change the belts on this board, man. Alright, time to do a bit of rocket surgery on the board here. You can see there's some pebbles and stuff lodged underneath the belt on that side. And then on this side, you'll see it's basically halfway through. That's gonna tear. So I gotta fix that before it becomes a problem. think while that sits there and charges, I'm going to relocate around the corner under some shade. I'm getting sunburnt and I don't want to sit out under the sun. Well, I sit here and wait for all my crap to charge. I definitely need to swap that belt. So let's watch a YouTube tutorial on how to swap my belt.
Kissing otherwise.
Alright, it's kind of hard to tell, and the music was really loud and obnoxious, but seems pretty straightforward for swapping the belts on this thing. So let's do that. We still got, oh god, 2.5 hours at least until a full charge. Hex key, belt, skate tool. Let's do some rocket surgery. Okay, so first thing that has to happen is that this has to come off. I had one, but the wheel fell off. Okay, we're gonna have to do more rocket surgery. There's a little spacer in there that got misaligned. Okay. Okay, I see how this works. The motor case holds the motor in place, and if it's not there, the motor's kind of just free to do whatever it wants. I'm understanding the forces at play and how this holds force against the drive belt. Okay, so just remove you. So I'll keep that as a backup. I mean, like, that tear is pretty substantial, and I wouldn't really trust that, but I'll keep it in my bag. And if I go through 2 belts, maybe I can limp home on that. So this is the clean one. Alright, so this is the motor itself. That's what actually drives the belt. And then torque is transferred through the belt to the gears here. And just like that, I swapped the belt, and now I don't have to worry about that snapping on me mid-ride. It was a lot easier than I thought it was going to be honest. Okay, other than wait for that to charge, I got nothing to do for at least an hour. Let me tell you, it's good to sit in some shade. We are finally back on the road again. This is some of the roughest pavement I've ever ridden on. City of Kawartha Lakes. Here's my dilemma. There is like no shoulder. I don't think I'm gonna make it to the campground tonight. Not as sore this morning as I thought I'd be once I got up and moving around. I'm getting absolutely massacred by mosquitoes. I've just about friggin' had it with these fucking tiny ass little shoulders that you can't ride on. I think I've decided to call it quits here for the trip.